You don't need another sign. You already know what you need to do. You're just avoiding the decision. And the longer you wait for clarity, the more your life starts to stall out. Because here's the thing nobody's saying out loud. Readiness isn't a feeling. It's a decision. You see, we've been told a story that purpose shows up as a moment, a spark, a sign, a feeling. And until that feeling arrives, you're just supposed to wait. That's not purpose. That is procrastination with a spiritual label on it. You keep telling yourself, I'll move when I feel ready. You won't, because no amount of reflecting, journaling, or vision boarding produces the clarity that you're waiting for. Clarity doesn't come before action, it comes from action. And here's the part that many aren't saying out loud. Some of you still feel embarrassed because you're still trying to figure this out. You're mid-career, you've had success, you've done what you were supposed to do, and still, why don't you have clarity yet? So instead of moving forward, you stay stuck quietly. That shame keeps more people paralyzed than almost anything else, because it feels like everyone else has this figured out, and you don't. You're still searching. I want you to hear this clearly. The search itself is the problem. As a coach, I need to call this out. Here's what the research actually shows. There's a framework in psychology called self-determination theory. It says that human beings grow and find meaning through these three things. Autonomy, you're choosing competence. You're getting better. Readiness, you're serving others. Notice what's not on the list. Purpose isn't something you discover internally. It's something you construct through action. Meaning, direction, purpose. None of it is binary. It's not on or off. It's not hiding somewhere waiting to be found. It's built piece by piece, move by move. What I have found is that the men who feel most alive aren't the ones who found their passion. They're the ones who found a problem they couldn't ignore. Look around you. At work, what's broken that everyone else is avoiding? In your family, what's the friction that no one's addressing? In your community, where is there a gap that your skills can fill? Your purpose isn't hiding inside of you. It's hiding in plain sight. The world doesn't need you to feel inspired. It needs you to show up where you're needed. Because when your skills meet someone else's fracture, that's where meaning starts to take shape. Crossing the Rubicon. In 49 BC, Julius Caesar stood at the edge of the Rubicon River. Roman law forbade generals from crossing into Italy with their armies. Crossing meant war. He didn't wait for a sign. He didn't wait to feel ready. He crossed. And that decision changed the world. Now, I'm not saying this decision you're wrestling with is that dramatic, but here's something you can learn from Caesar. At some point, you have to take your idea out of the abstract and set a private moment where you can actually test it. Not announce it, not overthinking, just cross. You need to take one concrete action today. That is your Rubicon. Why you're still stuck. Let me be direct with you. You're not confused, you're split. Part of you wants growth, another part of you wants comfort. And instead of committing to the direction, you keep shifting. Jumping between ideas, switching domains, testing new options before you finish the last one. You're staying busy, but not effective. This is what I call cognitive and domain shifting. Your brain is trying to keep you safe, which means it resists commitment. But commitment is where your purpose lives. You don't find clarity by keeping your options open. You find it by choosing one of them. Stop waiting to feel ready. Here's the most important thing I'll say today. Stop waiting to feel ready. Readiness is not a feeling, it's a decision. The men who move forward aren't the ones who have it all figured out. They're the ones who decided to move anyway. You test, you adjust, you grow, the meaning shows up. Then direction sharpens. Then purpose becomes real. Not before, after. Now, this is where most men stay stuck. Not because they're not smart enough, not because they don't care enough, but because they're sitting in a loop. Sometimes for months, sometimes even years, trying to think their way out of a decision that can only be made by deciding. They need someone to help them. Cut through the noise, see what's actually in the way, and finally make a decision. That's exactly why I created decision coaching. Not a program or months of sessions. One focused 90-minute intensive where we get to the root of what you've been avoiding and you walk away with a clear decision and specific next steps. No more circling, no more overthinking, just movement. There's a link in the description if you're ready. I'll meet you there. At some point, you have to stop asking for a sign. God doesn't always work that way, because here's the truth. You are the sign that someone else has been waiting for. The decision is already in front of you. Make it. If this hits you, drop a comment below and let me know about a decision you've been putting off. My name is Chris Almanza, career and purpose coach. I wish you peace and success.